Hello, I'm Phil Svitek, 360 Creative Coach, and I realize it's time for me to update my website. And so I thought it'd be very beneficial to share my first step in doing so. But before I even get into all of that, let's talk about my current website and why I do want to change it. So here is my current website, and it's just a little outdated, both in terms of look as well as its actual content. At the time that I made this website, it was my intention to really lean into my coaching services. And that's been wonderful, it really has. But since that time, I've also written books and I've made movies and done a bunch of other stuff, right? That deserves to be highlighted and accessible very easily, right? Which this website isn't geared towards. And so that's what I want to do. I want to simplify things and highlight all the stuff that I've done. And again, it's not to say that this website didn't serve me. It did. And there's a lot that I'm going to be able to draw from this website in terms of creating the new one. But we're going to give it a fresh look, and we're just going to simplify things overall because I have more stuff that I've made, as I said. So the first step of any of this is for me to look at websites that are inspirational, right? Like, what are you going for? And so for me, I always look up to Gary Vee. So here's his website, and I like the simplicity of it. I like that he has written out, who he is. Here you can click a video, and you can get into everything about him. And it's just very simplistic, right? You can subscribe to his newsletter. He's very big on social media. And so, here's all of his various platforms that he's a part of. And then the navigation menu is very simple, right? So he's got his Gary Vaynerchuk, which is more of his professional stuff, right? So his story, press kit, events, books, contact. Gary Vee is his online persona, but that's more of like the content that he puts out. VFriends is his IP, intellectual property that he's building, and then he's got his contact, and then again he has his social media links, right? So not that mine's gonna look like this exactly, like I'm not just gonna rip this off, but it gives me something to shoot for, right? And so I would recommend the same for you. Then the next step is to create an outline, like literally a paper outline of what you're gonna have of the website. And so for me, I obviously want a homepage, and for the purposes of SEO, we'll later title it Phil Svitek Official Website. As I said, I want to highlight my movies because I've now made 2 and working on a 3rd, so we're going to have that. I've written 2 books, 1 fiction, 1 nonfiction, so we're going to highlight that, and working on 2 others, both 1 fiction, 1 nonfiction. Then I'm not sure if I'll call it on the menu, let's work together, but the idea is, I have my coaching, my consulting, and, ways to hire me. So I want to have that be a highlight on there, right? I want to, with all the lessons that I've done, I want to call it free lessons for 360 mastery. Maybe that's too long, but something along those lines. And again, this is just, we're just kind of building these things. They can be changed over time. Obviously I want to kind of about me, let's connect, and then resources. I like giving people resources. So those are my main things. And then like an outline, I just start to go into this and add the various things that, that I'm looking for here. So, we'll have a hero image of Phil with main text, Phil Svitek, and subtext underneath that will say filmmaker, author, podcaster, and 360 creative coach. So 4 things. Usually people go with 3, but drawing from Gary Vee, he has a crap ton, and so I don't mind putting a couple more. Then, underneath that, I want to right away highlight the 3 things that I've done. So, a row of my projects. So we'll have my book. The purpose of this, I won't add the comma, even though officially it is in the title. Love market. Actually, here, I'll just do it like this. Boom. I'll just, yeah. And master mental fortitude, right? So those are my 3 main projects. One thing I would like to have on there is also my podcast series. So Phil Svitek podcast, right? So that'll be underneath, and we'll have that. And I'm debating, do I put more stuff into the onto the homepage, like stuff that I'm working on, but this in general should cover it. Maybe you know what? Maybe we'll have ways to work together. Because as I'm thinking about it, maybe like the homepage is just a quick overview of all of this stuff, and then people can deep dive further if they want on this stuff. So ways to work together, and that of course includes coaching, consulting, podcast producing, video production, and editing. Yeah, so those are the main ways that I can think of at the moment. Yeah, so we'll keep it simple like that. On my about, we'll have a short bio. We'll have ideally a video bio. This I gotta edit, so it won't be there as I launch this, but in time that will be included. Shouldn't say short bio. And maybe link to full bio. And that'll be kind of a separate page that people won't be able to access unless they click through here, because I think it's just cleaner that way. But the point of all of this is that you just kind of expand each of these further and further. Adding in, like for example, with my projects, what is the text there? So we'll have a summary of what the book is, and it'll be a short blurb, right? It'll also include a button, read book, right? For Love Market, we'll have the summary and a button for watch movie, right? Because it's a movie. For Master Mental Fortitude, we'll have the summary and a button for get course book, right? One thing that that I thought of that I want to include is a quote. So I like this from me that I have on my current website of what drives me, because I don't know, I just like to have that. And so I'll just change this up. I am a content creator with a passion for helping artists realize their creative visions. Boom. So that quote will be above my projects. So we'll have current, well, available for, if I could spell, available, coming soon. So we'll have available and coming soon for both books and films. I think that's simple. For the free lessons, we're gonna do how-to guides. And then, how did I have it here? See, that's the nice part about having a website already. You can just pull from it. Mental fortitude. Cool. So, and maybe on about ways to support, and then I'll include Patreon. As well as my projects. And here I can also link my blogs. Resources. So for resources, we want to provide recommended recommendations of links. We'll call this websites, books, YouTube. Well, YouTube channels would go under website. See, so as you're watching me, you know, there's various ways that you can kind of organize this and structure this, and that's what really this is all about. So before I get into the nitty-gritty of, you know, WordPress or anything like that, if, you know, you can use Squarespace, whatever it may be, it doesn't really matter. Wix, I'm giving myself a clear indication of how these things should be structured, right? And organized to flow and things of that nature. So that's the purpose of this, and it is my first step towards creating a website, and I highly recommend it for you, is to create such an outline, right? Start with looking at websites that are inspirational to you, that are similar to what you're going for. Then create this outline, and you know, it'll take you some time. As you can see, it's a back and forth process already for me. And you know, as you go through that, it will give you the clear indication to be able to take the next step. And I promise I will have more videos like this as I go through my website journey, so you know, get the full start to finish side of it. But this is literally step one of the entire thing. And you know, I haven't gone through yet, but the point is to be as detailed as possible, right? When I have summary for you know, my movie, I'm going to put in the actual text of that summary of, you know, what's going to go here. That's why when I put button, you know, I didn't just write button. I wrote specifically like the button's going to be watch movie, and then not only that, for my own benefit, I'll put in, you know, the actual hyperlink of where it's going to go to take people, right? And that can take people to a specific web page on my website, but for me, it's actually going to take people to the specific link on, like with Love Market, it'll take them to the Amazon page instead. So that's what we've got. I'm going to keep working on this, and I'll keep you posted on the updates. As you begin your journey, feel free to ask any questions or thoughts of your own in the comments section. Would love to help advise you, because for me, it will be a little bit of a longer term project. So have patience, but I promise I will keep you updated, and as I said, give you the full, complete, start to finish aspect of it all. Thank you so much. Take care.